Hello, my soapy friends, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Lissa, also known as the Soap Chef on this channel, where we make all things with a rather good lather. I'm a professional soap maker, aromatherapist, and bath bomb expert for over 2 decades. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Well, good morning, friends. What are we up to over here at Creation Station? Holy mackerel, what's happening here? Ooh, we got a whole ton of different herbs and seeds and spices and flowers and God only knows what. I'm going to be making my hair growth oil today for my men's line. I have made this before, but this year I have heavily tweaked the bejeez out of it, as you can see by all these different things here, that I'm going to infuse in some oil in my crock pot on the lowest setting. I already have the oils in here, so I'll tell you what those are. We've got jojoba oil, Jamaican black castor, hemp oil, avocado, argan, pumpkin seed, and we're going to be putting in vitamin E, but I don't have that in here yet. I'm going to be adding that last. That's why you have all the, like, these really dark colors. That's from the black castor and from the pumpkin primarily. I will be putting this over on the member section of the channel with the full recipe to all of this, should any of you want to make it. And before we get going on what all of these are, as you can see, I've written them down for you anyways. Basically everything that I'm going to be putting into this hair oil were chosen for the anti-inflammatory, circulatory, nutritive, and the hydrating properties. That's what we want in a good hair oil. Not only is this going to be specifically for my men's line, I'm going to include this in a gift set with a solid shampoo bar and a little scalp scrubber thingy. But I'm going to be using it, whether you guys know this or not. If you have thyroid issues or you are going through menopause, you can experience a lot of hair loss. I personally have been in menopause since I was 51. I'm going to be 60 in another month. So it's been quite a while, and I am absolutely noticing a lot of hair loss. So I'm going to start using this. I used this years ago, but then I stopped because, to be honest with you, I didn't feel like I needed it. I had nice, thick, healthy hair. Now it's thin and falling out every day. Crazy. Imagine how the men in our lives feel. Poor babies. Okay, so I told you guys all of the oils that are in here. And now I'm going to get into the herbs and tell you what they are. You can see by the abbreviations, but I'm just going to go over all of them. So we've got basically 1 tablespoon of everything, except when we get to the turmeric and the MSM. Those are a little bit less. So there's 1 tablespoon of rosemary, black seeds, sometimes called black onion seeds, fenugreek seeds, chibi powder, amla powder, hibiscus flowers. This is all crushed and ground down. These aren't the actual flowers, obviously, it's just the powder. Neem, moringa powder, cloves, garlic, onion. Now with these 2 things, if you would like to make your own onion oil for your hair, you can do so with just 1 onion, 2 garlic cloves, and I believe it's a tablespoon of cayenne, and you can make your own onion oil. I choose to just use the powders and infuse them in the oil. It's easier for me. So we've got the garlic, the onion, mustard seeds, thyme, lavender, sage, red pepper flakes. You can use cayenne if you'd like to, or you can just take your red pepper flakes and grind those down into a fine powder. I leave them as they are. If you wanted to macerate them in your mortar and pestle, you could. Next to that is the pumpkin seeds, which I am going to be macerating just a little bit, just to crack them open, break them open, start to release the oils that are in those pumpkin seeds. Remember, we've got pumpkin seed oil. Again, I'm going to be giving the recipe over on the members section, but it's a good portion of pumpkin seed oil. So we've got those pumpkin seeds. We've got peppermint, nettle, coffee. Now, I'm just using the freeze-dried coffee. This is Folgers instant freeze-dried coffee. You can use regular coffee if you'd like. This is just what I happen to have here on hand at the facility, so that's what I'm using. Now, when we get over here to the turmeric, we're only using half a teaspoon because it's really, really powerful, and I don't want anybody's fingers to get stained when they're dropping this oil in and massaging this into their scalp. So less is more with that. And then we've got 1 teaspoon of the MSM powder. Again, these were all chosen because they provide the properties of anti-inflammatory, circulation, nutrition, and hydrating. So the first thing we're going to do is just get these pumpkin seeds out of here, and I'm going to put them into my mortar and pestle over here, and we're going to macerate those just a little bit. But everything else is just going right into the pot exactly the way that it is. So let's turn this sideways, and we'll bring our crock pot over here. And into the crock we go. All right, let's get that out of the way. If you guys have never worked with herbs before, you definitely should start playing around with them. There's so many benefits to our plants all around us. Oh my Lanta. Oh gosh, that's awesome. All right, we're gonna let that sit for just 1 second. We're just going to very lightly give a couple smushes here to these pumpkin seeds, just to start to release those oils. Want to make sure at least we get most of these, just a little bit of a crunch. Okay. That's good enough on that. I didn't really crush them up. I just wanted to like crack them. In you go, baby. All right, let's give this a little whiskey woo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and put that over in the kitchen section of the facility here, and we are going to put this on low. I'm going to let this go for roughly 1 hour. And then I will bring you back when we are ready for the next phase. I'll let you know all the different extracts that I am going to be putting in here, as well as my emulsifier, which a lot of people don't recognize this as an emulsifier, and it's wonderful in hair products, especially. I use it in my solid shampoo bars. All right, I'll bring you back when we're ready to go for the next phase. Okay, friends, we are back, and I've gone ahead and strained the oil through this sieve, and then I went ahead, and this is what's left of the herbs that we just cooked. And I'm telling you, the smell of this, it's bizarro. You know what this smells like? It smells like a soy sauce marinade for your food. I'm not kidding. It smells so good. But look at how dark and how lovely and beautiful this is. This is gorgeous. Anyways, here's all the herbs, strained those all out. Then I put this through a cheesecloth and strained it even more. There probably is going to be sediment on the bottom anyways, because I used a lot of really, really finely ground powders. So once we get to that sludgy kind of stuff on the bottom, we're not going to continue to bottle that. But we want to continue putting the rest of our ingredients in here. So this is cooled down. Let's just check the temp. All right, so it's 84 on the oil, which is great. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our vitamin E. You don't want to add these ingredients that I'm going to be doing right now. You don't want to add these when it's overly hot, when the oils are overly hot, because it's just going to ruin the properties of whatever the goodies are that you're trying to incorporate. All right, so there's our vitamin E. Next, we're going to be adding a boatload full of extracts, and I will let you know what those extracts are. Okay, what do we got for extracts? We've got burdock root, pumpkin seed. Again, are you seeing a theme here with pumpkin seed? A good majority of this is pumpkin seed, the oil, pumpkin seed. Then we used crushed pumpkin seeds to infuse into the oil. Now we're putting in pumpkin seed extract. rosemary extract, cayenne extract, elderflower, willow bark, olive leaf, licorice extract, mushroom extract, lupine protein, and then I added some collagen as well. I'll let you know what all those things do inside of here. As far as the lecithin is concerned, that is the emulsifier that I was talking about earlier, which helps keep your formulations from becoming too greasy and too heavy. And it's wonderful in hair products. You get lecithin from egg yolks, P.S. Okay, the willow bark, that is great for scalp exfoliation. It helps to remove dirt and buildup, aiding in the removal of your dead skin cells. Your elderflower is added because that boosts circulation, delivering nutrition to your scalp and your follicles to strengthen your hair. The burdock root is extremely hydrating. That's why we're going to incorporate that. The mushroom extract is anti-inflammatory and it stimulates blood flow and circulation, bringing your oxygen and nutrients to your scalp, and it helps to reduce your dandruff, eczema, and psoriasis. Your licorice root soothes dry, irritated scalp. Olive leaf is antimicrobial, antifungal, and it soothes a dry, itchy scalp. Your lupine protein is loaded with antioxidants to help develop strong, healthy hair. And then, of course, collagen, as we all know, is fantastic for hair and nails. So into the pool we go with all of those extracts. And we'll give that a little bit of a stir. Now keep in mind, because I have added a boatload full of extracts, what are extracts made with? How do you make an extract? You can use water, you can use an oil, you can use alcohol. A lot of people use solvents, which we in the maker community don't ever do. But because a lot of those extracts are made using water, we are going to be adding a preservative, even though this is an oil-based formulation. That being said, we're going to go ahead and put in our lecithin. You can see how thick and gloppy lecithin is, but I'm telling you, it's a wonderful emulsifier and it works beautifully in hair products. So let's go ahead and get that into the pool. I'm telling you, when all is said and done with this oil, I should be charging $50 a bottle. And I'm only putting these in a little 1 ounce bottle. But the amount of nutrients that I am incorporating into this, it's a lot, you guys. It's a real lot. But we want this to work, don't we? I'm trying to get every last little bit of this because this is all really good stuff. All right, there's our lecithin, our emulsifier. Let's give that a little stir. I'm actually going to be using some of this myself tonight. And how you should be using a hair oil, you need to start with a nice clean scalp. Okay, so when I go home later and take my shower at the end of the day, I'm going to use one of those little scrubby things. Actually, hold please, I'll show you one. Hold. Okay, so this is the little scrubby thing that I'm talking about. Put that in your hand like this, right? And then you wash your hair, and then you use this to scrub your scalp. Really, really, really good. Try not to break your hair and yank it all out, but scrub that scalp really, really good. Open those pores. Let that heat start working on that scalp. Once you're done with that, then go ahead and put this oil all in your roots, all over your scalp. Then I cover this up with a plastic shower cap, and I leave that on overnight. The next day is when I go ahead and just give a quick rinse. And if it's feeling a little bit on the oily side, then I go ahead and just put a very tiny little amount, like 3 swipes of my shampoo bar, if that even. And then just to get that little greasy feeling out of there. And you should use this about once a week. All right, we got 2 more ingredients left and then we're going to be done. We've got our essential oils. Those are going to go right into the pool. The essential oils that I am using are clary sage, ginger, ylang ylang, clove, peppermint, tea tree, rosemary, and lavender. Oh, God almighty. I want to drink this so bad. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then very last thing we're gonna do is add our preservative. I'm just trying to be really diligent here and grab all of it. All right, let's give this a little bit of a blend, and then we can go ahead and start to bottle this. I can't stop. I'm sorry. I can't. I want to go and like marinate some ribs in this. My God. All right, let's do a men's one first. These are just 1 ounce bottles with a little dropper. It only takes a few of these drops in your scalp. Let's put on my little funnel. All right, here we go. That's 0.85 right there. So let me just take a look inside of the bottle since it's a dark bottle and I can't really see. I don't want this overflowing. All right, let's just go ahead and see if we can go up to the 1 ounce mark. All right, that is 1 ounce, exactly, right on the money. Am I overflowing? No, however, let me see if I can get this dropper back in there now. That's the problem too. So I might have to just go once I'm filling these bottles. Normally when I do any type of anything with a dropper, I will squeeze the dropper before I put it down inside. And then I'll kind of let go. There you go, that worked. So I'm gonna go, I guess, just slightly under. So now this one is gonna be for me for later on. Same thing, 1 ounce bottle. The opening is not as wide on this one. So I'm gonna have to probably pour just slightly below, but this is for me anyway, so. All right, there we go. Again, I'm gonna squeeze the nipple part of this, stick it down in, and then I'm gonna release so it will suck up all of that oil. And there you go, we've got a nice 1 ounce bottle. That's coming home with me. Let's take these gloves off and let's get a little drop of this. I'll bring this home for Mr. Soap Chef. Wow, yes. All right, let's just put a drop on the back of my hand here. Wow, that's very nice. It doesn't even feel greasy, and that's because of that emulsifier. Lecithin's entire job is to make an oil-based product not feel heavy or greasy. That's why I use it in just oil products, you know, that's just an oil, whether it's a bath oil, a body oil, a hair oil. My skin does not feel greasy at all. Does it look greasy? No, it looks hydrated. I cannot wait to use this tonight. I need it so bad. That's fantastic. All right, you guys. And there you have it. There is our hair growth oil or our hair strengthening oil, whatever you want to call it. Don't make any medical claims. We all know that stuff. But listen, facts are facts and plants work, period. And I'm going to say it. So sue me. Okay. There you go. Here's your little scrubber thingy. Again, scrub your scalp really good. Get that circulation on your scalp going. Open those pores, open those follicles. Let that steam get in there. When you're done with that, put a few drops on your scalp, rub that in real good. Cover yourself with some type of a shower cap, leave it on overnight. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I would suggest at least leaving it on for 20 minutes, at a minimum 20 minutes. And then just comb your hair as normal. And if you feel like it's oily or greasy and you need it to feel a little bit more clean, then go ahead and just give a quick little shampoo. Very quick. You want a lot of this to stay on your scalp. That's the whole point of this product. Okay, we're gonna call it a day. It's late. I wanna go home. If you guys like this, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, do all of the YouTube-y things that we ask you to do all of the time. And again, this will be going up on the members section with the complete recipe and all of the percentages and all of the ingredients that I have used today. So just keep in mind that healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. If you guys don't want to make this yourself, this is going to be available up on my website probably sometime next week. That is soap-chef.com. Till we meet again, though, be kind and stay humble, take care of yourselves, and we will see you soon.